What's poppin', T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I am here with a brand new all tea, all shade Real Housewives of Salt Lake City review. Before I start, though, I want to tell you guys that I just released the pre-order link to my first ever book box. If you like to read, this will be a great thing for you to cop. This book box will be for my upcoming release of Dream 2. If you've read Dream, then you will know that it is my most highly anticipated book ever of all of my career. You can actually read Dream, the first novel in the series. Right now it's available on Kindle, on Nook, paperback, and Audible. So to get yourself prepared for the release of Dream 2, I do not give out the release dates or time frames of when my books will be out, but it will be out soon. Like I said, the pre-order link will be down below in the description box with all of the details on how much the box is, when the pre-order date will end, time frame of when the book will be out, and all of that good stuff. I can tell you that each box will most definitely, of course, have a signed copy of Dream 2 amongst other surprise items in the box. So if you want to cop you a book box, please, like I said, click on the link down below. You do not have to have a PayPal account to purchase the book box. All right, so on to tonight's review of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This was by far my favorite episode of the season. I wish they would have gave us this type of energy the whole season, because next week is the season finale. So the girls get ready for a night out on the town in Vegas. Whitney goes to Heather's room. You know, her, Meredith, and Lisa went race car driving, and they made up while they were there. So she's feeling good. She's ready to go out. Meredith and Lisa meet up because all the girls are going to meet up to go out to eat, but they're there first. So Whitney tells Heather that, you know, she apologized to Lisa and Meredith and that they all made up, and that she's so excited about the night and how they're going to kick it and have a good time. She got her Britney Spears weave in, bitch. It's about to be lit. So Lisa, you know, is at the table with Meredith, and she says, you know, that she's so happy that they have a clean slate now with Whitney, how everything is being, you know, pushed to the side, no hard feelings. So, like I said, Whitney up here thinking that they about to kick it and have a good night, and Heather looking like, girl, you have no idea, bitch. We are not about to have a good night. So Heather tells her what Jen said when they went on their shopping trip, how she better, you know, get her girl, because the only reason why they tolerating her is because she's friends with Heather, and that she's not over what she did at Sharif's party, blase, blase, blah. So Whitney, like, it's been the opposite to my face. She is so two-faced. Like, she made it seem like it was all good, but lo and behold, it's still an issue. So Jen joins Lisa and Meredith at the restaurant in the private room, and this is where shit goes fucking left, because that bitch is batshit crazy, and it was obvious that her crazy ass had already started drinking. So they tell her that Whitney apologized and asks her, is she still upset? Jen says, you know, I feel like when she apologized, it was sincere, but there's still some underlying issues. I just want her to be accountable. And Lisa says, I'm good with her now. Jen says, how are you good with her when she threw you under the bus to me? Lisa says, because she said she's sorry. And Jen says, so what she said was a lie. First of all, before we even get into all of this, how are you upset when you know you've been talking shit about everybody in this cast, but you sitting up here acting like they wronged you and you're the only person that has been wronged? First of all, if they even say that they're scared of you, okay, they scared of you. And what? You act like they called you a bitch or a serial killer. Bitch, I'm scared of you because, bitch, you crazy, ho. Like, the fuck is you, like, sitting up here acting like something horrible was done to you when you have been horrible to everybody, you fucking nutcase. So, Meredith says she didn't say she lied. She said she was repeating what she was told. Now, I've said from the beginning that I believe wholeheartedly that Meredith and Lisa said that shit to Mary, that they were scared of Jen. Now, of course, when they were asked, they said no, they didn't say that. They're not afraid of her, but them hoes was lying. So, Jen in her confessional says, if you could forgive Whitney for lying on you, does that mean you were lying the whole time? Of course. Of course. That's why neither one of them has confronted Mary and said you lied or anything of that nature, because they know they said that shit. So Jen's sitting there like, these hoes, like, we really about to play this game? Like, all right. So Lisa says, I think in her head, she was like, I'm defending Mary, which I said she shouldn't do. Jen says, when she arrives, I'll ask her. Now she amped up, she hot, she mad, she done turned into Tyrannosaurus Rex Jen. So Lisa says, this is what I think. Jen says, I don't even give a shit. She threw you under the bus, and she threw you under the bus to me. You both are my friends, and I fucking stood up for both of us. That little bitch is a tiny terror. So I'm like, when is Meredith gonna confront this hoe about talking about her marriage? Like, I'm like, Meredith, bitch, confront this hoe. Like, it's time. Like, the fuck hoe? Like, do you realize you on a reality show? Like, perk the fuck up, Meredith. Meredith act like she is on Xanax, perks. Like, she act like she is in a permanent state of being drowsy. Like, bitch, do you take NyQuil before every scene? Like, she just is so, oh my God, sorry about everything. So Lisa says, Jen, she said sorry, and I'm accepting her apology. Jen said, so you guys be on Mary's side. Be on Whitney's fucking side. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be on what's right and what's fucking wrong. Like, what? First of all, once again, this crazy hoe is acting like we're in the 4th grade and everybody's taking sides and shit. Like, these are not 40, 50-year-old fucking women, you fucking psychopath. I see why Sharif don't want to be at fucking home, or your kids, because who wants to put up with you and these crazy ass mood swings? First of all, Jen is an angry drunk. She is an angry fucking drunk. I feel like she got multiple personality disorder or bipolar or something. Like, this bitch is just more than angry that her husband ain't never home. Like, something wrong with this hoe. So, Meredith says, I need to excuse myself. You guys can engage in this. I'm not engaging in this. I'm like, Meredith, you signed a contract, lady. You are on a reality show. You are being paid to engage. This is not real life where you just get to be like, fuck this hoe, I'm not dealing with this crazy bitch. Bitch, you are supposed to engage and confront and argue with this hoe. I'm like, Meredith, do you not realize that you on Bravo? Did you not watch The Real Housewives? Like, what the fuck is going on with Meredith? So she's like, no one tells me who to be friends with. And she grabbed her jacket and she scurry on out the room. Meredith says, in her childhood, I've been through a lot of volatile behavior, so I get very triggered by intense conflict. I don't like the screaming and the yelling. It's not for me. Well, why the fuck are you on this show, Meredith? Please make it make sense. Did you think you was going on Say Yes to the Dress? Like, what fucking reality show did you think you was coming on where you get triggered by intense conflict? That is all that it is on fucking Housewives, is intense conflict. Like, the fuck, Meredith? Is you high? Bitch, are you sleepy? Are you conscious? So, Jen says she just gets up and walks away. You think Whitney Rose is a better friend than me? This bitch is insane. So Jen gets upset. She got a drink in her hand. I'm like, that's the problem right there, ho. Lisa says, I did not say that. No more grand exits. So she gets a grand exit and I fucking don't. So Whitney and Heather walk in at this point. They ready to eat. They ready to order this some Thai wings, a lychee martini, bitch. They ready to kick it, bitch. They hungry. Jen says to Heather, talk to your fucking friend. And Heather looking like, the fuck? I just walked in this hoe. So Jen tries to storm out and Lisa grabs her arms and then she swats her hand, but she ends up hitting Heather instead. And Heather was like, don't hit me. Wow. Heather, you a better bitch than me, because I would have knocked Jen, look 4'11", look Kim, lookalike ass the fuck out. Bitch, who the fuck you think you hitting, hoe? I would have knocked Heather face back to the original where it used to be, bitch. She would have thought that she was back in 2002, ho. She would have been like, oh my God, my original face. I would have knocked her ass the fuck out. Bitch, who you think you hitting? Ho, you psycho? And like I said, she tried that shit with them white hoes, but you see she don't try that bullshit with Mary, because Mary, holy and all, will knock her ass out. So Lisa says, Jen, your purse is in here. Jen comes back into the room and then she points her finger in Whitney's face and says, when you want to fucking talk, then talk. And Whitney looking like, the fuck? She says, what did I do? Like, Whitney is just so perplexed with her leather jacket on and her Britney Spears weave. And Jen looks for her purse, then gets back in Whitney's face and says, Whitney, shut the fuck up. And I was like, Whitney, bitch, all that stripping work you be doing, you better swipe and kick this hoe in her fucking octagon shaped ass head, hoe. So Jen, where was I at? I lost my goddamn place. Oh, so Heather says, don't come at her like that. That's not necessary. So Whitney then smoothly moves over. I noticed that part. She ain't want no smoke. Heather, however, wanted all the smoke and got up in Jen's face. But Jen didn't back down from her ass. Jen was right up in Heather's face. She was not afraid of Shrek. And Heather was like, you need to calm down right now. And Jen says, you need to calm down. Don't come at me, Heather. And so Whitney's staring at the camera like, you got to be motherfucking kidding me. So Jen says, don't do it. Then all of a sudden, Jen's bodyguard comes out of nowhere. Why does Jen have a bodyguard? I don't the fuck know. I don't know if she really thinks she J-Lo, but I'm like, I thought at first that it was security from the show, but no, on the screen it said Jen's bodyguard. Why once again did this hoe need bodyguard? Don't nobody know who the fuck you are, girl. This bitch is delusional as hell. So, and I'm like, if anybody need the bodyguard, it's these other goddamn women. You the crazy one. So, Jen says to Heather, you chose your fucking side. Jen leaves and walks out. Whitney says, I don't feel safe right now. Lisa says, you're not leaving yet. Listen, Jen, listen. So she following behind this grown ass woman who's having a fucking temper tantrum, and you're doing exactly what she wanted you to do, follow in behind her. I wouldn't have followed her for shit. She would have been looking stupid as hell, storming out, looking for somebody to follow her ass, and would nobody been behind her. Because first of all, you too fucking grown to be acting the way that you do, embarrassing yourself. You started all this shit, and now you want to sit up here and act like you the victim. Bitch, she would have been walking by her damn self. Lisa, better hold than me. So Jen say, you think that is going to be loyal to you? Lisa says, I'm leaving with you and I have not left you. This is not a Hallmark movie, ladies. So Whitney says, I'm shaking. And Heather says, I'm too. So Lisa says, you can't say I don't have your back. I'm the one that followed you. Jen says, do you think she has your back? Lisa says, I'm going to go talk to her about it. So she goes back into the private dining room with Whitney and Heather. And Lisa explains to Whitney and Heather what happened, before they even arrive. And so Lisa in her confessional says, I don't think that Whitney gets the ramifications of her actions. I was like, what Whitney did wasn't that horrible. Yeah, well, it was the wrong time to bring it up at Sharif's party. True. But it was the way that Jen responded to it that made her life a living hell at home with her husband. It wasn't what Whitney said. It was her fucking reaction, and she's taking that shit and she's milking it for a storyline for this fucking show. So Lisa, shut the fuck up. So Whitney says, I apologize, and she accepted. Something switched, like, the fuck, this bitch got two heads. So Heather says she thinks that the only reason any of you guys are friends with Whitney is because she's my friend. Whitney says, she says stuff behind all of your backs. And so Lisa was like, me? And I was like, what makes you think she won't talk about you, ho? So Whitney was like, let's use Meredith. She shows you pictures of someone Meredith supposedly has a relationship with. She's talking to Heather. Mind you, Heather ain't saying shit. Heather has not squealed on Jen at all, because remember that one scene where Jen flat out told her that Meredith and Seth were separated, and Heather still ain't spilled the beans. Heather was sitting there on mute, and you got to give it to Heather. That's some loyal shit. Like, even with her hitting her, talking to her crazy, she still didn't go behind her back and spill the motherfucking beans, because at that point I would have told everything. Fuck that bitch. So Lisa says, I'm fuming about that. For her to talk about Meredith is wrong, because she sat there and said how loyal she is. If she's saying something about me, you better tell me right now. So Whitney was like, fuck, I gotta say. So she was like, she called me last night and said, Lisa has been running her mouth about you. Lisa was like, all I've ever said to you is everything I said to your face today. I'm not okay with the master manipulation tactics. These hoes use all the big words. So Jen is in her room on the phone with Sharif having another fucking meltdown, acting like a fucking 5-year-old. And she's screaming and hollering again, talking about it's okay for Meredith to walk out without talking it out. But the second Jen Shaw raises her fucking eyebrow, it's Jen, calm down. Jen, calm down. Nobody sticks up for me, and I'm fucking sick of it. And I'm like, first of all, you're crazy if you talk about yourself in the third person. That's first of all. And second of all, it ain't just as simple as you raising your eyebrow and everybody like, calm down. No, bitch, you screaming and hollering and spitting and hitting folks and getting all up in people's faces that make people tell you to calm the fuck down, you psycho. So the girls go back to their room. And well, go back to Heather's room, and they tell Meredith what happened after she left, and Meredith is just blown the fuck away. So Whitney says, she said if I tell anyone that she will bury me in a lake behind my house. Well, first of all, who says shit like that? Like, even joking and playing, like, okay, some people are like, girl, I'll kill you, you say something, but not being specific about I'll bury you in the lake behind your house. And then Heather was like, yeah, she said the same thing to me. Like, there's something wrong with that lady. Like, watch, we gonna see her on a Lifetime movie in the future. She gonna, girl, Sharif, you better sleep with one eye open. So, Whitney says she was trying to drop bombs in my lap to get me to say bad things about you and your marriage. Meredith was like, okay, since everybody want to know, Seth and I have been separated on and off for a long time. At times, I've seen other people. And I was like, bitch, anybody with two eyes knew that you was out here fucking and sucking somebody else, because you was blasé as hell about the situation with you and your husband, Lady. It was obvious that you was seeing somebody. I don't necessarily think that y'all both were seeing other people. I think that you were seeing other people, and you got words somehow, some way about what Jen was saying about you to the castmates, and that's why you decided to mend your relationship with your husband, and you probably told him off camera about what you was doing, that there is this man that I was seeing, but we're gonna be a united front. I see right past Meredith and her bullshit, because all of a sudden she went from being dry as hell to herself to all of a sudden we're more in love than ever and we're working things out. Girl, get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody stupid. You was seeing somebody, but he wasn't seeing nobody. Nope, no ma'am, not gonna believe it. I want to find out who this nigga was, and I bet you he younger than her. So Lisa in her confessional says she never told me that. I heard it when everyone else did. I'm in a room with my best friend. I know nothing about her life. That's how you know it wasn't no open marriage situation where we're separated and we're seeing other people. Because if it was that simple, why you ain't tell your best friend? Oh, okay, because you was doing some sneaky shit on the low and you was trying to make sure that shit didn't get back to your husband because y'all are couples friends. So Lisa side-eyeing her friend because she looking like, I thought this hoe told me everything, and come to find out I don't even know this hoe at all. Meredith, a sneaky one, baby. And that's the reason why Meredith also has not went and confronted Jen about the whole situation about her talking about her marriage, because she knows that Jen had dirt on her ass. And so she was just trying to avoid the shit at all costs until she couldn't avoid it anymore. So Meredith says, we are reconciled. There's nothing else to talk about. So Lisa says, do you want to be her friend after this, to Heather? And Heather was like, I do. And Lisa was like, I don't. Does she defend you this much? And Heather was like, it doesn't matter. Lisa says, well, I'm processing tonight and I'm not okay with anything that happened. Heather is a good one for me because there's only but so much abuse I'm gonna take, but Heather's used to being abused by folks. So the next day, Heather tells her friend that Jen sent her a text saying that she was gone and to go to her room to pick up the stuff that I guess that she got from the shopping spree. So Mary is at home living her best life, child. And Lisa calls her and tells her what happened. And Mary was like, why were you chasing after her? And I was like, thank you, Mary. Thank you. So Mary, her confessional, says, I knew Jen would ruin the trip. I warned these women. I warned them about her. Now look what happened. So if you don't listen, then whatever happens to you, you deserve it. I was like, yes, Mary, because you told them hoes. You told them hoes and they ain't want to fucking listen. So Mary says people are trying to understand her, but how do you understand crazy? And I was like, yes, ma'am, because people thought that Mary was the crazy one because she was over there fucking her fucking step granddaddy. But nah, bitch, Mary got a few marbles in her head. And I like that Mary, when she say she done with you, bitch, she's done with you. So Heather is late to meet the girls because she has to go to Jen's room to go pick up the clothes and stuff. Lo and behold, she gets to the room. Jen whole makeup squad and glam squad is there, and so is fucking Jen getting her fucking hair done, and she looking like, the fuck, bitch, you said you was gone. Like, this is what I'm talking about, the antics of it all. Like, who does this? Like, she is literally a child that is starving for fucking attention. Maybe that's why she do all this shit to her body and her face. So Jen and her laughing like, hey, shit happened the night before, And Jen says, no progress is being made because nobody's talking about the issues. You missed the beginning. Heather says you were mad that they made up with Whitney. Jen wants Whitney to admit that she lied, or Meredith and Lisa to admit that they're scared of her before she can move on. Like, okay, girl, the delusions of grandeur. So Heather tells Jen that she was wrong and that she fucked up the whole damn thing. Heather says, you went off. And Jen says, because people are lying. And Heather, her confessional, says she's acting like we've all wronged her. Whitney takes the girls to this lady to clear out the negative energy or whatever. The lady was crazy as cat shit, and I was here for it. The lady told me, close your eyes, because it's fun. I was like, what? So Heather and Jen arrive. The girls are shocked to see her because they thought she was gone too. Mind you, Jen walk in looking like Gumby in this too tight 70s wide leg jumpsuit with a Gucci belt, and then the Versace headscarf, Louis Vuitton earrings. Like, the outfit was just all over the place. It was squeezing her to death, looked like she was gonna pop or bust a vein. Jesus, it was a horrible outfit. So they all sit down, and Jen plays the victim and fake cries and shit. And everybody looking like, is this bitch for real? Like, can somebody please pass me another Xanax? That's exactly how Meredith was looking. So Jen says there was no issue last night at the table. What? Like, where were you last night? So Meredith says the issue was you were trying to tell me who to be friends with. Jen says, then that is your perception. Lady is crazy. But I have to say, without Jen being on the show, it would have been a boring ass season. It honestly would have been a boring season. They needed her crazy energy because the other ladies weren't really bringing it. The only people that really brought it this season were Heather, Mary, and Jen, and a little bit Whitney. But Meredith and Lisa didn't do shit. So Jen denies that she said that they're only tolerating Whitney because she's friends with Heather. I'm like, this lady act like the shit ain't on camera. So Jen says it was Sharif's party. I'm still confused why you needed to tell me they were talking about me. When I go talk to them, they're like, no, Whitney's lying. Meredith and Lisa said, I never said that. Well, girl, if y'all saying y'all didn't say it, then that's saying that Whitney's lying, or more over that Mary's lying. So I understand where Jen is coming from that aspect, because it's obvious that y'all said that shit when y'all keep on saying she ain't lying. Like, the fuck? So Meredith says it's contradictory. No, I'm sorry. So Jen says it hurts because I'm loyal to my friends. And Meredith says it's contradictory to have someone preach loyalty and I'm told you speak negatively about my marriage. If it doesn't concern you, mind your own business. I don't get angry easy. You don't want me angry. And child, Jen looked like, who you talking to? But she ain't say nothing. So then Meredith says, did you make negative innuendos about my marriage? And Jen gonna sit up there and say, I would never say anything about anybody's marriage. Like, this girl gonna sit up there and bold-faced lie. So Meredith says, is that true or false? Heather and Whitney say, it's false, girl, it's false. So Jen says, said what? What did I say? Heather tells her just to apologize because, girl, you lying and we all know you lying. Jen then tries to apologize with the lady who's like, that's not how you apologize. No, just say you're wrong and get it out there so we can just clear the energy. So Jen look at her like, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up. So she apologized again. And we all know that she was lying. So the ladies then says, let's play a game. Who doesn't trust Meredith? Nobody raised their hand. Who doesn't trust Whitney? Nobody raises their hand. Who doesn't trust Lisa? Nobody raised their hand. Who doesn't trust Jen? Everybody raises their hand. Girl, I was hollering because Jen was looking like, I know these hoes didn't. I know the fuck they did not. So, Jen in her confessional says, it makes me feel like they're all ganging up on me. So the lady says, who doesn't trust Heather? And Jen raises her hand. And at this point, Heather has had it. Heather in her confessional said, did she hear the question? I've kept all of her secrets. I've never betrayed her. And at this point, that's when you should have told every damn thing. So Whitney switches seats because she's damn near about to have a nervous breakdown. Heather says, last night was aggressive and violent and it came at me. I was horrified that you preach loyalty, but you've been a shitty friend. And Jen looking like, Me? A shitty friend? So Jen in her confessional says, me reacting? Don't they know about me now? If it comes to my family, I'm going to react. I've been a great friend to Meredith and especially Heather. I'm not a disloyal friend. It was like, this lady is fucking nuts. I cannot wait for this reunion for them to all gang up on her ass and take her to task because the shit is going to be funny as fuck. Overall, I give tonight's episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City an A because it was hilarious as fuck. Jen is fucking crazy. She is a pint-sized bitch. Make sure you guys thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell button. My assumptions about me / ask me anything video will be up soon. Thank you for everybody who participated. Make sure to check out my Amazon storefront. Anything that from Amazon that you saw on my home tour videos or my TikTok made me vibe video, you can find on my Amazon storefront. So make sure to check it out. The link is in the description box. And like I said, if you guys want to be one of the people that get one of the limited edition Dream 2 book boxes, the link is in the description box as well. Thank you guys. I love you so much. Have a great night. Bye.